right. So I don't know if anybody will rejoin me. That was really weird. The video streaming just stopped. It's very odd. So we'll give it another minute, and I'm really, really sorry if you hopped on to do your yoga today and we stopped streaming. That's so weird. Hello. Yeah, so we'll give it another minute. I'm so sorry about that. I don't know why that happened. Let me see if I got an email about that or anything. So we'll just give it another minute. Really sorry, friends. Not sure what happened. It said something about copyright issues and music playing. There's no music playing. I don't know where that came from. So I'm so sorry. Okay. We're just going to let it go, pop back into it. My deepest apologies. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. But yeah, we'll just adjust from there. Okay. So let's take a moment wherever we're at. Just checking everything. Okay. Take a moment wherever we're at and just recenter ourselves. My deepest apologies, everybody. Okay. So we'll just take a breath in. Breath out. I'm not really sure where we left off or where people left off. And I readjust this too. So wherever you're at, go ahead and just take a deep, slow breath in through the nose. And then exhale, open the mouth, sigh it out, let it go. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Sitting up nice and tall. Feel the spine lift up, pressing one hand into the head so you can stack one vertebra on top of the other. Okay? And we'll come into our Ujjayi breath to start our practice. And so if you're familiar with the Ujjayi breath, feel free to go right into that. That's our victorious breath. And so for those of you who are unfamiliar with that, we'll work up to it in 3 parts. So our Ujjayi breath will help us build heat internally, and it's going to use the muscles at the back of the throat to draw the breath in and to help us push the breath out. So as we're here, let's just take a breath in through the mouth, an audible breath, almost as if you're telling somebody a secret in a whisper. So inhale. And then the same thing as you exhale. Let's do that twice more. Breath in. Breath out. Last time, breath in. Breath out. And so then from here, we'll take that inhale through the mouth halfway, and then halfway up, we're going to seal our lips and continue that same sound, that same breath in through the nose. So inhale, seal, out through the mouth. Inhale through the mouth, seal the lips, out through the mouth. Last time, slow breath in, seal, and out. This time we're going to breathe in through the nose. So we're going to seal our lips. And then we're actually going to keep the lips sealed as we breathe out through the nose, that same ha sound we were just making. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And keep moving with that breath. So become familiar with that breath. And as you're ready, on an inhale, we're gonna go ahead and remove any props that we might have been sitting on, and we're gonna find our way to a tabletop as we exhale. So we'll start to invite the body as a gentle breath in and out through the nose. One thing to note with the breath, if that at any point that becomes uncomfortable or just doesn't feel accessible, let go of Ujjayi and just find a gentle breath in and out through the nose. So from here, we want to stack our shoulders over our wrists and our hips directly over our knees. Continue to bring belly button into the spine and find a slight rounding in the upper back. Lengthening the crown of the head forward and sending the hips back. So counter actions in between the center of the body. Fingers are spread nice and wide. We're going to warm up the spine with some cat-cows, and the shape is going to originate from the hips. So connect with your breath. Inhale through the nose and exhale out through the nose. And our Ujjayi breath is important because it helps us stay present in this moment so we can understand what this shape is telling us to do in our bodies. So as you inhale, lift the hips, drop the belly, shoulders back, gaze up, cow pose. As you exhale, round from the hips, round the back, lift, and bring the gaze in. Cat. Inhale, drop the belly. Gaze will come up last. Exhale, round the back, dome it in. So as you breathe, let the full inhale help you make this shape. We're in no rush. And as you exhale, really let that exhale make the full shape. As you continue to move here, notice how the spine feels. Are you missing parts of the spine as you move? Maybe you slow down a little bit, or maybe you move just a little faster. See what that does to the shape. We really want to wake up the whole spine. We'll take 3 more rounds here of cat-cow. Inhaling as we come into our cow pose, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. And exhaling to round the back, really dome it in. Last time here, lift the hips, drop the belly. Exhale, really round the back, dome it in. As you find your inhale, come into your neutral tabletop and reset. So take a look back between the feet, make sure the toes haven't moved. You don't want to see that. We want to keep them right directly behind the knees. From here, on your next inhale, you're going to extend your left leg nice and long and pause. Keep both hands connected with the earth. Flex the back foot. So notice right now that my spine is tilting back. I want to tuck my tailbone and lift through the core. So pressing the hands into the earth. Your right inner thigh is going to press toward the center of the mat to help you center. So there's going to be a little bit more weight into your left hand. We're going to hold and breathe for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very gently set it down. Recenter. It's okay to be a little off kilter. And then we're going to move on to the other side, and I'm just going to switch directions. So from here, again, extend your right leg nice and long. Flex the foot. Find that new center of gravity. So left thigh presses toward the center of the mat into the right hand. Press up through the shoulders and in through the core. Flex the foot. Gaze will be about 6 inches in front of you on the ground. So what this is helping us doing is it's helping us establish our balance, find our neutral spine in a different position, and help us warm up the core as well. Let's breathe and hold as we flex the foot for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, gently bring it down. And pause for your exhale. So we're going to add a little bit of movement to that shape, a little bit more balance, finding a little bit more gentle warming of the core. So as we inhale, let's extend our left leg long. As we press into the left hand, extend the right arm nice and long. So really pressing through the left hand, right thigh toward the center of the mat. Belly button into the spine. Take a breath in. See if you can lengthen a little bit more. And then as you exhale, bring gently knee into the elbow. Inhale, really lengthen out. Exhale, bring knee into the elbow. Last time, full breath in, lengthen. Exhale, bring knee into elbow. Inhale, lengthen. And then as you exhale, just gently place them down. We'll move on to the other side. Inhale, extend the right leg nice and long. Flex the foot, weight into the right hand. And as you exhale, extend your left arm out long. Take a breath in, find length, press up through the right hand. Exhale, bring knee into elbow. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, bring knee into elbow. Last time, inhale, really lengthen, press. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, set it back down. As we come into our neutral tabletop, keep the hips stacked over the knees and walk the arms out long in front of you for puppy pose. So our booty will be in the air. Chin can rest on the ground, or you can draw the forehead down. So we're finding a gentle opening here of the back, hopefully a gentle opening of the shoulders. We won't be here for very long. We'll be here for about 3 more full cycles of breath. And the more shapes we continue to add to our practice today, we're going to focus on not only the breath, but the intent behind the shape and seeing what we can learn and establish in our bodies today. Let's take one more full breath in here and a full breath out. This time as we inhale, let's slide forward. We'll come into a Sphinx pose. So we're going to bring our elbows 2 and 11. And then they're going to be right out in front of the shoulders. We're going to draw our shoulders back, shine our chest forward. So this is helping us to start to look into the low back. You will feel a little compression in the low back. So if it's too much, walk the elbows out a little bit farther. Even if you lower the chest, don't let it droop. Don't let those shoulders come together. Press into the forearms, nice and proud, shine the heart. Let's take 3 breaths here. Full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, breath in. Breath out. Then from here, we're going to gently lower down. Bring your arms to the sides and zipper your legs together. So warming up, again, the muscles in the spine, our central channel, which is really important that we make sure it's open. Draw your forehead to the mat. Press the tops of the feet into the earth. We're just going to start on our next inhale by lifting the shoulders. So as you inhale, lift the shoulders. Press the tops of the hands into the earth. Gaze will be 6 inches in front of you on the ground, so a nice long neck. You might not go very far, and that's okay. As you breathe in, let the filling of the lungs lift you up a little bit more. And then instead of using momentum on the exhale, slowly lower down so you can engage the muscles of the back. And we'll do that twice more. Inhale, lift up. Maybe this time you lift the hands off. And exhale, slowly lower down. Last time, inhale. Lift up, maybe the hands lift, gaze up. Exhale, slowly lower down. Now, keeping the chest where it's at, keeping the shoulders on the ground, zipper those legs. And this time as we inhale, we're just going to lift the lower half of the body. Press the forehead into the earth, press the tops of the hands into the earth. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower down. So this is helping us get into the low back and using the muscles of the upper back. Inhale, lift the legs. And exhale, slowly lower. Last time, your forehead should stay on the mat. Inhale, lift the legs. And exhale, slowly lower. Let's combine this. So as you inhale, lift the legs, lift the chest, lift the arms. Shalabhasana, gaze 6 inches in front of you. Warming up the back, strengthening our back. We're here for 5. Take a deep breath in for 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you exhale, slowly lower all the way down. On the inhale, place the hands underneath the shoulders and sit back, child's pose. So the knees can come underneath the chest if you want to try and just release the low back a little bit. If you need more in the hips, bring the knees as wide as the mat. Arms will be out nice and long. We'll take one more full breath in here and full breath out. From here, as you inhale, curl the toes under, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Our first down dog of the day. Pedal out the feet. So our feet will be hips width distance apart. Our hands will be shoulders width distance apart or wider. And as we think about the shoulders, think about what you feel in the shoulders. So you want to keep them slightly away from the ears. And you want to have a bit more space. So it's okay if the scapula is coming up. That's what it's supposed to do. But if you're holding a lot of tension there, give yourself a bit more space to see if you can release. We really want to think about lengthening through the spine. So you might place a soft bend in the knees. And then here, lift the tailbone up, pressing the hips back. Press in through the palms. Crown of the head reaches down. Now you don't have to stay with your knees bent. Maybe you do. Maybe you start to straighten them a little bit more. Let's find stillness, understanding this shape in connection with the breath and with our body. We'll be here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. On your next inhale, look between your hands and very gently start to walk your feet up to meet your hands. Take as many steps as you need. Take as wide of steps as you need. Bend your knees as much as you'd like. Keep the weight of the hips over the ankles. And to do that, you might help push yourself forward a little bit. You might take a few rocks just to understand where your center of gravity is. As we come into ragdoll, let the head hang nice and heavy. You're going to feel a stretch along the backside of the body and hopefully along the spine. Hands can be planted. Hands can come to your blocks or your books, or you can reach for opposite elbows in front or maybe behind the body. Whatever calls to you. Maybe you shake the head yes, shake the head no, let something go. And we'll take one more full breath in here and full breath out. Keeping a soft bend in the knees as you inhale, start to tuck the tailbone under to roll up slowly, one vertebra at a time. Notice what happens in the rest of the body physically and stay with the breath. So our breath is really important. And as we come up, the head is the very last thing to stack, and the knees are the very last thing to straighten. I'm going to adjust the camera just slightly. I'm still figuring all of this out so we can maybe see my head. Hey, okay. So, Tadasana, mountain pose, neutral spine. Belly button in, tuck the tailbone, lift up through the crown of the head. We're just going to move gently with our breath, keeping that connection. So as you inhale, reach up, look up. Hands can be together. Hands can be shoulders width distance apart. We'll take a deep breath in. As we exhale, let's bend through the knees, find a flat back as we come all the way down to our forward fold. On your next inhale, find a flat back. So you're going to lengthen through the spine. Hands can come to the shins. Round a little bit through the upper back. Crown of the head forward, hips back. Take a breath in here. And exhale, fold. Planting your hands. As you inhale, step back, long in a high plank. So we do need to do a little bit of core work. Core is really important because remember our core is not just what we consider the abdominals. It's the front side, it's the back side, and it's also our hips. And this is a great shape to help us do that. So belly button in, shoulders stacked over the wrists, heels back, crown of the head forward. Press up through the hands. Let's breathe. Don't let your hips drop here. Stay nice and level with the shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you inhale, shift your shoulders 3 inches over the wrist and draw your knees down. Keeping the chest and the belly in one line. Exhale, elbows in. Lower gently all the way down to the ground. Hands come long by the sides, foreheads to the mat. Inhale, lift up, Shalabhasana, locust pose. Exhale, slowly lower down. Hands plant underneath the shoulders. Inhale, come through your tabletop shape. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. So that will be our Sun A this morning. Really thinking about that back, warming up the spine. We want to move with our breath here. So it's really hard to teach and breathe at the same time. So I hope you all are breathing. That is the most important part of the practice. We'll take one more breath here. One more breath out. As we inhale, let's look between our hands and slowly make our way to the front of the mat. And as we exhale, we'll fold. Finding our flat back on our inhale. Inhale, lift up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Reaching the arms up. Inhale, reach up, look up. And exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, bend through the knees. Fold forward, flat back as you travel all the way down. Inhale, length through the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, step back, high plank. We're going to hold this once again. Press through the hands, heels back. Let's breathe and hold here. 5, 4. Keep your ribs cinched in together. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, shift the shoulders over the wrists. Drop your knees. Chest and belly will lower as we exhale, elbows in. Coming all the way down, arms long by our sides. Inhale, lift up, Shalabhasana, locust pose. Exhale, slowly lower. Hands will plant. Inhale through tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 full cycles of breath here. Deep breath in. And a deep, slow breath out. One more deep breath in and out. Pressing firmly through your hands, bring the big toes to touch at the center of the mat as you inhale. Pause for the exhale. On your inhale, extend the right leg up to the sky. Pause. 5 toes pointed down to the earth, hips up and back. We'll take a breath in. As you exhale, bring your knee to your belly, your chest, or your nose. Shift the shoulders over the wrists as you do that. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale to belly, chest, or nose. Round through the upper back. Last time, inhale, lift up. This time, bypassing that, keeping the knee raised, step the right foot in between the hands. And depending on where the right foot lands, you might pick it up and place it in between the hands. Establish your grounding. So this can be a great place to come into 2 fists or your blocks, our low runner's lunge. Heel presses back, right knee over the ankle. Gaze will be about 6 inches in front of you on the ground. Lift the low belly off the thigh. Try and keep a neutral spine. From here, on your next inhale, bring your hands inside the foot. And then as you exhale, I want you to turn the back toes down as if you're coming into a warrior 2, but we're going to stay here. On your next inhale, walk your hands out nice and long. So we've got warrior two legs in a down dog body. So our right toes are pointed toward the short edge of the mat. Our left toes are pointed toward the long edge of the mat. And our hands are out in front of us at a diagonal. Breathing here. Let's inhale to lengthen. And exhale, sit into the hips a little deeper. Try not to let that right knee bow in. Really keep it out. I'll move my hands just a little bit so you can hopefully see that. Let's take one more breath in. Breath out. As you inhale, walk your hands back toward the mat. And as you exhale, let's lift up, open up, warrior two. Breathing here. So in our warrior two, our gaze is going to be out over the middle finger. We're going to press evenly through the back foot. I'm just going to adjust a little bit. Making sure that our hips are in line and we're lifting up through the belly and pressing down through there. Okay? You got this. Just moving nice and slow. Continuing that establishment with the breath. So one of the most important things is really noticing movement with the breath. So we're going to do that here in our warrior two, knee stacked over the ankle. As we inhale, straighten the legs, bring the gaze up to the hands. And then as you exhale, come back, warrior two. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, warrior two. Let's do that a few more times. Find your breath. Inhales, lift. Exhale, send you back down. Maybe you sink a little deeper. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come back down. Last time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. And let's hold here. Sink nice and low into the hips. And we're going to breathe. On our next inhale, let's straighten our front leg, bunny hop the back foot in, and we're going to TikTok our hands to 12 and 6, triangle pose. So from here, reach the fingertips up toward the ceiling, lightly rest this bottom hand onto the leg, slight micro bend in the front knee. Allow the chest to open up so shoulder stacks on top of shoulder. Send the crown of the head forward and the hips back. We're going to hold and find our breath for 3, for 2, and 1. As you inhale, reach up, reestablish your warrior two, and exhale, sink in just a little deeper. Full breath in, full breath out. Making sure we lengthen the other side. Inhale, reach forward, flip your front and sit back first. Staying in our warrior two legs, right knee is pressing toward the pinky edge side of the front foot. Top hand reaches up and back. Lengthen through here. Stay low in the knee. Back hand half bind or gently on the leg. Don't let that back knee bow. Press, press, press. Take one more breath in and breath out. As you inhale, send the arms back toward warrior two. And as you exhale, frame your front foot. Inhale, step back, high plank. Let's hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. As you inhale, bring big toes to touch and pause for the exhale. Inhale, I'm going to switch sides, but you're going to stay right where you're at. Inhale, left leg will float to the sky. As you exhale, bring knee to chest, chin, or nose. Shift over the wrist as you take this shape. Inhale, reach the leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, round through the back, knee to chest, belly, or nose. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, bypassing all of that, step the left foot in between the hands. Pause. Our low runner's lunge. So plant the hands either on their books, on the ground, or come to two fists. Find the length through your spine, pressing back through the heel, crown of the head forward. Breathe here. From here, on your next inhale, bring your hands inside your foot. And as you exhale, drop the back foot so the toes are pointed toward the long edge of the mat. As you inhale, walk your hands out to the side for our down dog lunge. So our left knee is still stacked over the left ankle. The left toes are pointed toward the short edge of the mat. Our arms are reaching out nice and long in front of us. So upper body is in down dog, low body is in warrior two. Let's take one more breath in here and breath out. As we inhale, let's come on back. Bring our hands inside our foot. As we exhale, open up, sink low here. Breathe here. Press to the outer edge of this right foot. So the pinky edge side of that right foot sinking low into the front knee. Arms extend out long. So this is a hip opener in this front hip, and we're working toward that. So we don't want our knee to do this. Also, it's a bad safety thing, but we want to establish that hip opening. Moving with the breath, inhale, reach up, look up, straighten the legs. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, warrior two. Last time, inhale, let's do twice more. Reach up, look up. Exhale, warrior two, sink a little deeper. Twice more, breath in. Breath out. Now the last time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two, sink to your deepest level. Notice how it feels to work into the leg. Keep the low belly lifted, tailbone tucked. Find your neutral spine. From here, as you inhale, straighten the front leg. Maybe you bunny hop the back foot in. As we exhale, let's find our triangle shape. So again, tucking the hands. Top hand reaches up. Bottom hand will reach down. Don't try not to crunch to the side. So really establish the length and then let your hands rest. You might come down all the way, a little bit more, as long as you can find that lift in the spine. And part of that is by driving the crown of the head forward. Take a deep breath in as you send the hips back and exhale. Stack shoulder on top of shoulder. One final time, breath in and breath out. As you inhale, reach up. Reestablish your warrior two, and exhale, sink into the shape. So we want to stretch out the other side. Inhale, lean forward, flip the front palm, and exhale, reverse. Breathing here. So let your back hand rest lightly. Keep your front knee open and sink deep. Fingertips are reaching toward the wall behind you to establish the stretch. We're going to be here for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, frame your front foot. Let's inhale, set back our high plank. Hold and breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This time, inhale, shift forward. Drop the knees. Keep the elbows in. Exhale, Savasana. Inhale, lift up shoulders, chest, thighs, and knees. Take a breath and lift a little higher. Exhale, lower all the way down. Planting the hands, inhale, sit back, child's pose. Just checking on our time. Okay, great. Sorry, Thank you, Google. All right, from here, everybody, from your child's pose, find your way back to your downward facing dog. And then from here, slowly as you inhale, walk the feet to meet the hands at the top of the mat. Feet are going to be hips width distance apart, so you can establish that by bringing two fists between the feet. Repeaters, we're going to wrap them around the inside of the big toe. I'm going to see if I can stand up and show that. So big toe, peace fingers are going to come into the inside, and your thumb's going to wrap around. So from here, we're going to lengthen, and as we exhale, let's fold. So this is Padangusthasana. We're going to press the big toe into the pointer finger or to the peace fingers, and we're going to have the pointer fingers pulling up. So counter actions here. Bend through the knees, elbows out to the side, as if you were giving your neighbor who is appropriately spaced their social distancing elbow bump. We'll take one more full breath in here. And full breath out. As you inhale, release your hands. Find your flat back. And as you exhale, fold. Nice and slow. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Gaze will follow the thumbs. And exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Bring the big toes to touch here, or keep your feet hips width distance apart. On your next inhale, let's sit back, chair pose. So sit back first before you have your hands. Hips are gonna be back. Weight is gonna be primarily in the heels, but we're still pressing evenly through all three arches of the foot, okay? So almost create a triangle. Take a look down. It's your pedicure awareness moment. Be like, ooh, I need to take care of that today. And by that, I mean we do it ourselves. We're not going anywhere, but we're gonna sit back and we're gonna let our pedicure be alone. Notice your spine, neutral spine. So you might tuck the tailbone, you might draw the hips, and then you're gonna sit back. Allow the chest to open up, core is engaged. Think about drawing your low ribs in. Arms can reach forward, or if the shoulders are feeling a little tender, bring your hands to your heart space. Sit back, sit a little deeper. Squeeze your thighs toward the midline. Let's hold and breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a breath in and exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. We're gonna come into tree pose as our balance here. All right, just checking my time, make sure everything's working. Great. Let's come into our tree pose. So we're gonna actually start on the right foot. Bring your hands to your hips and start to shift all of the weight over to your right foot. As you do this, the left foot's gonna slightly lift off. Keep your hips level with one another. I like to just bring my hands to my hips and be like, boop, that's where we're at. We're not sassy teenagers doing this to our parents. I don't know if kids still do that anymore, but I'm assuming that they do. Some things probably have never changed. So find the evenness. Now this shape is all about balance. And once we find our tree pose, our full tree pose, whatever variation that is, we're working to find balance and calm in that balance. So you can stay right here, be like, yep, this is my balance. Or if you'd like, start to open up that left thigh. Toes can stay on the ground to use as a kickstand as long as we're opening up that thigh. They can come to the calf, or you can use your hand to help you lift up to the inner thigh. This area on the knee, you want to avoid. Why? Because if we're pushing into the leg, which is what we're supposed to be doing, and to help us find that balance, and having the other thigh push in, so that counteraction, we could potentially really draw that knee out. And as I've been told, knee surgery is expensive and very painful. We don't need that. So once we've established that, think about pressing the right inner thigh toward the center, like we did in our tabletop shape. Hands can stay on the hips, hands can come to heart center, or if you're feeling like it and you just need to take up a bit more space, feel a little bit more flowy, reach the arms up. Maybe you sway back and forth. I'm gonna be real honest, for me, it feels really good to be right here at heart space today. But if you're like, I gotta do something else, please do that. Ooh, ha. So find one spot in front of you, gently gaze at that and find your breath. We're gonna be here for 5 full breaths. Belly button in, press the right thigh toward the center and the left foot into the right thigh. Let's hold and breathe. 5, 4, 3, and drop out of this. Try as you inhale to draw the knee into the chest. Maybe squeeze it in. And then exhale, gently set it down. Go ahead and shake out the right leg. Take wrist circles. Take funny standing hip circles. That might feel good. And then we're going to come into the other side. So hands start on the hips. Weight comes to the left foot. Lift the right foot off. Establish that evenness in the hips. So drop it down, belly button in. You can stay here or it can start to feel good. Open up the right hip. Toes, ankle, or up to the thigh. Again, avoiding the knee. Press the left thigh center, right foot into the left thigh. Hands can stay on hips, heart center, or if it feels good, reach them up. Now, some days our balance is with us. We practice not perfect. And we always have unlimited opportunities in yoga to keep trying. So if you fall out of it, come right back into it. Try and establish that point on the front, in front of you, past me, past your computer, your TV, your phone, and just find that simple point. Because I will slightly move a little bit, and you don't want to be looking at me when I wobble. So let's hold and breathe here, friends, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you inhale, bring the knee back through center, press it in, and exhale, set it down. So take the movement with the left leg, shake it out. Then we're gonna come back to our mat into Tadasana, mountain pose. As we sit back, inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit a little deeper this time, weight into the heels. Find your neutral spine. Let's hold and breathe. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Time check. Yes. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. As you exhale, fold. Inhale, step back, high plank. And pause here, exhale. Inhale, drop the knees, shift forward. And as you exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Inhale, come into Shalabhasana, locust pose. Thighs together, lift the chest and the belly. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Sit back, child's pose. And then from here in our child's pose, let's go ahead and come on up, finding a comfortable seat. We're going to sit up nice and tall. Legs are going to be set up nice and long. Hands are going to be behind us, almost cupcaking them. So imagine you've got cupcakes underneath there. You don't want to ruin the frosting. Toes toward the nose, belly button in, Dandasana, staff pose. Let's hold and breathe. Reestablish the breath. Take one more full breath in and out. As you inhale, reach your arms forward. And as you exhale, fold. So the goal of this shape is to find length along the back side of the body and not necessarily to reach the feet. So as you find your flat back and you fold from the hips, maybe your hands rest by the knees, calves, maybe they rest on those spaces, or they can reach for the toes. Wherever you're at, find length, crown of the head forward, and then fold from the hips. You might not go very far. That's okay. We want to avoid the rounding of the upper back. Really lengthen here. Let's take one more full breath in. Full breath out. As you inhale, slowly start to come on up. We'll bring the soles of the feet to touch. Coming into our butterfly pose. And we'll take butterfly one way. Sit up nice and tall. Breath in and fold. We're going to keep a flat back here. Breathe deeply. Take a deep breath in and out. As you inhale, lift on up and bring your feet out in front of you, more of a diamond shape. Breath in, lengthen, and exhale, really round the back. Take one more breath in here. Breath out. Inhale, slowly start to walk your way back. And we're gonna bring our legs out long in front of us once again, sitting up nice and tall. Let's lower all the way onto our back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oof. All right, so bend your knees. We've done enough back bends today, so that's not where we're gonna go. We're gonna bend our knees, and we're gonna bring our right ankle over our left thigh, coming into figure 4, our hip opener for this morning. So from here, you can stay here if you're feeling this in the glute on the outside of the right hip, or you can start to bring the left leg into you. Hands can just thread behind or in front. Flex both feet. Try and keep the low back on the ground. Keep the integrity. So really try and keep the thigh or the calf at a 90-degree angle. And hold here. Find your breath, establish your breath. It's going to start to get deeper and longer. Let's take one more breath in here. And breath out. Just the left foot back down, right comes to meet it. And we're just going to switch sides. Left ankle comes over the right thigh. As you inhale, lift up. So threading the needle behind or in front. Let's breathe. So we're working for this shape on the outside of the left hip and into the left glute. You might feel it slightly different in different places, just depending on where you're at today. Let's take one more breath in. Breath out. Bring both knees into the chest. Reach for the outsides of the feet, the insides of the feet, or right behind the knees for happy baby. Feel free to rock back and forth. And then draw your knees into your chest. Bring your forehead to your knees. Tense everything up. Squeeze everything in. And then let it go. Savasana, final resting pose. So letting everything sink into the earth. Let the ground hold you up. And just breathe. Start to feel as if you can turn each and every muscle off. Let go of control of the breath. Try and let the mind be still. I'm still here. I'm going to give you some time in silence. The next minute or so, and longer. Let's see if you can give yourself this full chance for rest. As you're ready, begin to invite some gentle movement back into the body by wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. Reach the arms and legs long overhead. Take a full body stretch. And then begin to gently and slowly find your way to a comfortable seat at the top of the mat. No rush to get there. Take your time. And as we're ready, let's go ahead and bring our hands to our heart space, bowing our heads in a moment of gratitude, thanking yourself for making time for your mat, and silently thanking those who joined you today to create this virtual community. I'm so grateful for you all. Thank you for letting me serve you today, and I hope you have a fabulous Monday. As we bring our hands to the space between the eyes, the third eye center, the seat of the intuition, know everything you need is already inside. We bow our heads and share a word. Namaste. Thank you so much, dear friend, for joining me. I'm so sorry about the technical difficulties we experienced at the very beginning, but I hope I'll see you again later this week. Our next Prime Thursday, it'll be similar to this, just in terms of getting us up and getting us moving and all of that fun stuff. So I hope you have a fantastic day. Tell your friends if you like this, and I'll hopefully see you all soon. Bye.